Hey guys, how you doing today? I'm feeling exhausted. I just got home working overtime shift, and I figured I'd do this video, go to the gym, maybe grab pizza, get some sleep, and then go back to work for another long overtime shift. But hey, one hand I shouldn't complain. You know, it's extra money and doesn't pay bad. Granted, I tend to be a bit frustrated with certain things at my job, but then it's not a bad job, it's just my back hurts so much. But, yeah. I was thinking about, the Dragon Ball Z movies, like, Lord Slug and Cooler and Broly, how they had a lot of the rock band musics for the VHSs and all that. And some of the stuff Disturbed. And I was thinking, so I made that little compilation where I just sort of recorded some Dragon Ball Z music, and I don't know, maybe it might be cool music you guys want to just listen to. After all, the best thing about it is I don't actually talk at all in the video. It's just music. And the quality of it turned out okay, I think. So, might be just good meditation music, I guess. I don't know, unless you want to try to lift weights to it. Like I said, I'll record this video, go to the gym, but I'm exhausted. And like I said, I appreciate that my job at least pays a decent amount, and it's not really a bad job. It's just I'm just exhausted and frustrated, and I'm sore, and parts of me are in pain. Somewhat because of gym stuff, but more so just because, I don't know, I seem to just always be sore. And granted, my job's standing manual labor, but still, it's not my job's fault that I'm sore. But it is frustrating to me that I am so exhausted and sore, and Tylenol definitely helps. So does caffeine. But yeah, I work in a factory. How about you guys? How's it going for you guys all around? But yeah, I was thinking like what song would actually fit, because the Majin, the Vegeta speech thing, and as well as the video Shinji Intensifies, where I was just sort of talking about stuff. But yeah, I was like, what song really would fit this scene in the anime? And I thought, Numb by Disturbed would fit. So I'm going to try that. And keep in mind, I can't sing, and also it would probably be helpful if I practiced shit, really. Then again, we've also heard before how little practice really makes a difference for me. But I figure I'll do this, and heck, I think I want to try. And granted, I know there's probably a couple dozen videos where I've done Mine Hair's Brent, which I think the last time I did that was in whatever video I did that in last time, which I don't know. I think it was a couple weeks ago. I think that was in the one where I think I muted a microphone and got agitated that I wound up. Because it's like, I think I did a good job. And there's like, I'll never do that good again. It was still shit to begin with, but still. It was just me struggling to have enough self-esteem to even be cringy. It's not like I have high expectations of what I do in these videos. I'm just being myself. So that's already setting the bar really low. And it's just shitty karaoke. I have seen the band Disturbed twice in concert. Cool band. I think the last time I saw them was I'm not really sure what the last concert I went to was. I know I saw them in 2011. I know there was a second time I saw them, but I don't know if it was before that or after that. So I saw them in 2011, and I saw them either 2 years before that or 2 years after that. but I don't remember. Good band, though. Sorry, I spaced out. Yeah, I'll try that in the Mein Herr's Brent thing. But yeah, I'm just sort of exhausted. But yeah, beyond that, I think I want to try to find, there was like you guys know, a lot of animes like Reincarnated as Slime or Overlord started as light novels. Heck, I still strongly suggest Berserk of Gluttony. The Slayers anime from 1995, and I still strongly suggest the anime Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, which is technically a it's a remake with a very different animation style and graphics. A lot of changes to the story. Kind of like one Gundam series to another, but a little more closely related. So there was an original Bubblegum Crisis, but it was like made in the 70s, whereas Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040 was made in the 90s. Both are good, but yeah, I'm trying to remember stuff. But the Slayers, they had like 3 motion picture movies, which are pretty kick-ass. Heck, I think I'll try to link one of the movies in the description. Heck, I'm a big fan of Tenchi Muyo. Heck, they had a bunch of Tenchi Universe movies too. There's Tenchi Muyo, Tenchi Universe, Tenchi Tokyo, and they made like 20 other Tenchis and stuff. But try not to get off topic, but I'm not sure what the topic is. I guess Vegeta's the topic. And then we're talking about anime girls. I don't know. I'm actually struggling to remember the topic. Slayers. It's got at least 6 seasons that were made, though it's really 3 main seasons, and then the other seasons are sort of retellings with kind of like the difference between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Kai, except for it's not so much an abridging so much as it's an updated graphics with differences in music, voice acting, slightly changes to the story and additional scenes, and something's cut, sometimes added, like Evolution or Revolution or Evolution R or something like that. I don't know. But then they had several Slayers movies, which are great. I'll try to have one of them. I'll put a link to the top. I'll put 3 links in there. Top one will be the music thing that might just be chill to listen to. The second one will be Shinji Intensifies, where it's just me rambling like this. And the third one will be one of the Slayers movies. But I think I'll also include a Tenchi Universe movie, but they made several of those. So I don't know which one I'll include. I'll pick one. Just whichever one I think might be the easiest for people to get into. I don't know. But I do strongly still recommend the original Tenchi Muyo to be the original thing you get into. That's the one that eventually ends with. But, yeah, I probably should get some sleep at some point, but gym first and pizza. But, so yeah, that's 4 links I'm going to give. The Slayers movie will be first. No, the 2 things from me will be first. The first thing will be just some chill music to listen to. Second one will be me rambling like this. Third one, Slayers movie. Fourth one, a Tenchi movie. But like I said, Tenchi and Slayers have a bunch of variety and a bunch of movies and stuff. So it's got a lot going on. But originally the Slayers anime was based on a bunch of light novels, like a ton of them. And there's a lot of light novels that just kept getting made by the official author that were never even animated at all. But I remember well over a decade, maybe close to 2 decades ago, reading stories by a Twoflower, I think. And it was on the same site I read a bunch of Evangelion lemons and a bunch of other lemons. Lemon is the word for a fan fiction that's a hentai. So basically it's porn, but you're reading it instead of looking at it. So, would it be in poor taste to read Evangelion lemons on YouTube? I don't think YouTube would like that either. You know, it being as erotic as that is. Because, I mean, it's literally full-on sex scenes and describing very gratuitous bodily functions that have a very happy reason for existing. I'm trying not to describe it in a lewd way, but I feel like I'm failing, trying to say it in a YouTube-friendly manner. But I don't think I would be allowed to read that stuff, even though it's just me talking. So at that point, would I be trying to do voice acting with that? Oh my god, imagine how terrible I'd be as an ASMR person. Like, I enjoy listening to ASMR, but one, I'd have to actually, buy a freaking, good microphone. I'm just wearing a $30 headset I bought from Best Buy that's meant for gaming that has a microphone, hooked into the... This is meant to be the thing that I yell at people with on a freaking online FPS. But I don't think I've played an actual online FPS aside from a couple, videos. And even then, it's not like I don't think I was actually talking... I don't think anyone in the game could actually hear me. They still talked as if they could, but... But yeah, I'm just saying I'd be terrible at ASMR stuff. But I enjoy it a lot. It's kind of like music. I enjoy music. I enjoy singing. I'm terrible at singing. I forget why I'm talking about ASMR now. I don't remember. I was talking about the Slayers anime, and then... I don't know. I'm just saying, at some point I started talking about a reason for me to do ASMR. And one... I don't even know how I'd get a hold of scripts or anything for that. Oh, right, I was making a joke about voice acting a hentai stuff. It's like, oh, who wants a video of Lunar D8 making moaning sounds? Ugh. I imagine that would be extremely annoying to listen to. But again, I imagine if I had to do an ASMR, or hypothetically, a person who does do singing videos should have a better... I have that one singing microphone, karaoke microphone, that has, vocal effects in it, but I haven't used it in, a year or something. I don't know. Apparently I'm terrible keep track of time. But that was a $69... Yeah, 69. $69... No, I'm actually literal serious. It was $69. I bought from Walmart, a year and a half ago or something. But I haven't used it in, a year. I don't know. It was fun to mess around with, but yeah, I imagine technically people should try to... People are like, you should have a better microphone just doing Let's Plays. And I'm like, there is only one thing that's consistent about this channel. My complete lack of professionalism. I'm just a guy rambling at his computer. Fuck, I don't plan to ever make a fucking cent off this channel. Ever. One, there's no reason for me to ever have a large number of subscribers, ever. If I ever have even 1,000 subscribers, I'll be like, they're probably all bots. They can't be real people. It's why would real people be listening to me? But that being said, if people are listening to me, I appreciate you. I just don't know what interest you could possibly have in listening to me. I am very cringy, and I am terrible at video games. And I can't stay on any sort of topic. It's like when I make videos talking about stuff. Most people would write out scripts so they could sound likable. Me! I'm going to do the least likable thing I can be. Myself. And just talk about whatever I'm thinking. Then again, that's one of the main points of the channel. It's just a place where I can just I enjoy Let's Plays. So I decided I wanted to hop into it. But I just want to do it for the sake of doing it. I don't care about making money. In fact, I'm actively against it. There's no reason why YouTube would ever want to monetize me. And even if YouTube wanted to monetize me, hell, if somehow I had 1 million subscribers, which again, absolutely insane, I would never even have 1,000. But even if I had 1 million and YouTube wanted to monetize me, no, I don't want it. I don't want to be monetized. I'm never going to make a cent off this. I'm never going to have a Patreon or Super Chats or Lunar D8 merchandise and shit. No, there would not be a donation button or a Patreon or a subscribe star, whatever else people do Which again, I don't knock that. I mean, I think that's cool when people do that. Heck, there's a bald British man who would like play a bunch of Binding Isaac stuff, and he plays stuff. He hasn't done Isaac in forever, just because there's only so much Isaac you can do. I mean, it gets repetitive, and it's just like, heck, there's some points when I was playing Isaac, I just started playing whatever music in the background because I was tired of listening to Isaac music, and I was just like, I don't know. And eventually I want to do it like after 1,000 hours in Isaac. I'm like, just in the repentance version. I'm like, you know what, I'm putting mods on. I want to have some variety and be able to fuck around with shit. Like, I'm bored. But, yeah, there's only so much. But main point I'm saying is that, and of course he carried around the audio file of it for like YouTube. But he has a thing like, bits. It's a Disturbed reference too. And the most of the voice clip is Disturbed except for he replaces the word fist that, David says, but, him saying bits. And he goes, 10,000 bits in the air. And I think that's hilarious. And every time people, like, actually donate a crap ton of money to him, to where he's, like, shocked at it, I think that's awesome. Heck, when the 10,000 bits thing happens, I will do the little, hand thing where you have, like, your pinky and your index finger sticking out, and it's like the Spider-Man web shooter thing, but for like rock concerts. And I'll just throw my like hand in the air doing like, yeah! And granted, it's like, there's no reason for me to be cheering at this. There's some random guy on the other side of the planet being gifted money by some other random guy. But I still think it's awesome. I'm like, yeah, good for you, bald guy! But yeah, so like other people, I totally understand it. It's just, that's not for me. I just don't want it. It's not that I don't need it either. I could definitely would prefer being rich, but not like that. I don't want to make any, and again, I'm not knocking people that make money off that. I think that's awesome. When they make money, I'm like, yeah, good for you. But it's just, I don't want this to be a job. I don't want this to be a thing where I'm like, okay, I have to churn out this many videos and they have to be liked, and I have to get this many views to pay my rent. And oh yeah, I have to be careful what I say, and I have to have this political view and all this just to keep my sponsors happy. All right, that's the other thing people have. They have sponsors. Just trying to think like what would be the weirdest sponsor I could have. Like Elon Musk. It's like, yes, Elon Musk has donated a virtual reality headset. Says something about Sword Art Online on the side or something. Something about a new deep dive technology that's in the experimental phase. Was that reaching too much for a joke? Like I said, I'm trying to be funny. Like in general, it's mainly a Let's Play channel where I try to be funny. But it's mainly just a place where I can talk without a filter and just talk about whatever I want to talk about. Like, I could talk about tentacle hentai, whereas you can't do that in real life because tentacle hentai is not considered polite conversation. I will say, if you ever looked at the old Where's Waldo's books, there's some things where there are rowboats and you see like octopus tentacles come out and grab people out of boats. I'm like, I've seen enough hentai, I know where this is going. Main point is that there's some stuff going on in the background of those Waldo's books that, you're looking for Waldo when you should be looking about what is everything else happening. Because there's some messed up things that are happening in the rest of that book. But I'm having trouble staying on top. I'm not even sure what the fuck I'm talking about. Main point I'm saying is this. About that part anyway, is that, yeah, I'm never going to have sponsors. Because I don't want to have to really, I'm trying to restrict a few things, simply because, YouTube has certain rules about, being too vulgar, too many cuss words, or just, I don't know, playing a game that has too much nudity. Like, as long as there's no nipples, they seem to be okay with it. Like Senran Kagura. Though my computer seems to have a terrible time working with that. The jiggle physics are just too much. And I keep saying I'll make a VTuber model, but I just keep putting it off. Then again, that's the thing with me doing part of me wants to try to do more Rammstein, but I'm like, I bought Japanese books like a year ago. I still have yet to get past the hiragana. How do Japanese children learn Japanese? It's so complicated. Then again, my reason for doing it is trivial. At least I feel like I think it's cool. I feel like everyone else would think it was trivial. Like, I just want to sing Japanese anime songs. I want to sing anime intros and outros in Japanese. Other people are like, oh, I want to learn another language to travel the world. I'm like, I just want to be a weeb, apparently. But and me at Rammstein, it's like, I'm trying to sound like Till Lindemann. I made a Kind Loosed video where I'm just sort of making a solid point on that's something slightly out of my vocal range. But yeah, I'm a terrible singer, but I enjoy doing it. Heck, that's another thing I do want this channel to be about. Like, in general, I tend to want to avoid politics and stuff just because I just don't want to be a part of that stuff. But the main thing I'd say, if any sort of political opinion I'm going to have, is just more so for people to have a little bit mental health awareness. Just like, for one, like, say if people have depression or have emotions, or if you have emotions, right? Most, like I said, this is why people write scripts out. But it's just, one, it's good to be able to express your feelings. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, yeah, find a way to express yourself. Talk about your feelings, preferably with somebody that cares about you. And if you don't have anyone that cares about you, then walk around your living room and talk to yourself and video game characters. Like, talk to the video game characters as if they're actually there listening to you and having a conversation. It doesn't sound that crazy because I'm a Let's Player. So, it means it's okay. Again, though, you probably should be taking advice from random crazy guy on the internet. But then again, what's my advice? Be nice to yourself. Try to understand yourself better. Heck, the Shinji Intensifies video, I talked about this sort of stuff. Aside from that, go to the gym. But, just don't go to so much to the gym that you hurt yourself or take away if, like, you can't do other things in life. Like, your time in the gym or physical fitness should be supplementing your life. It shouldn't take it over. So it shouldn't be your dominant focus. But it is important to be in shape. But even then, even if somebody out there is not in shape, like me, with my big-ass, jiggly, fat-ass belly, which I want a six-pack one day, but also, if I don't eat food, I get too depressed. So, also, I don't have enough energy to actually work. And it's hard to actually build muscle. So many different tasks that are all again, like, I want to learn Japanese. But I imagine, like, languages like Japanese, German be good to mess with, but mainly just for using it for, like, singing stuff. But yeah, I can't even finish one line of thought, but main point I'm just saying is that, yeah, if I'm going to say anything political, it's that just for people to be nicer to themselves, care about themselves better. Talk about your feelings, express yourselves. Try to understand yourself better. Try to accept yourself. If there's things you can improve on yourself, that's good, go for it. But don't hate yourself if you don't meet those expectations. Like, here's the thing. If you are overweight or your body is, say you're having trouble running or something, or lifting a certain weight, don't be unrealistic with your goals. But do try to keep at that. It's more so about dedication, determination, about persistence. You don't want to, like, try to push things way too far. Like, oh, I'm going to, lift heavy and just do force of will. That's how you get hurt. You have to be mindful of your limits. Yes, you do want to try to break your limits, but you don't want to break your bones. You don't get stronger if you don't recover. You don't get stronger if you go to the hospital. So, and again, you should still love yourself and accept yourself as you are. Even if you are overweight or aren't as strong as you like, it doesn't mean that you're less of a person or that you don't deserve to be cared about. But it doesn't mean it's wrong to have that goal in mind, that you want to be more physically fit. Because one, it would be better for your health. But everyone goes at their own pace. If you're struggling to really make it to your goals as quickly as you would like, one person could say, work harder, work more persistent, more consistently. But on the other hand, I'll say this. You should never be fully satisfied with your goals either. Like, even if you were to actually achieve your goals, well, then you should try to go the next step higher. But at the same time, if you are struggling to make any headway on your goal, again, like I said, it should be a realistic goal. And no matter what, like, it's kind of saying, like, if you could copy Mike Tyson's exercise routine, you may never, especially me, like, I will never be even remotely close to strong as Mike Tyson. But by trying to copy him, I can be better than what I was before. That being said, even if you, as you are, it doesn't make you not deserve to be cared about or to be treated with respect. You're still a person and you still have value. That being said, it's good to have goals. And those goals will make your life more, I would assume, enjoyable, more better. This is not a grammar channel. Like I said, I'm just trying to say it's good to try to, like, go to the gym and become more physically fit. But that shouldn't be what defines you. And that shouldn't be solely where your value as a person comes from. Now, yes, will you feel better about yourself if you become more physically fit? I would say more than likely yes. But that shouldn't be the sole focus. After all, aesthetics are nice and functionality is nice, but the most important thing should be improving your health, longevity, as well as, discipline, having character. And again, everyone's got their own stuff. I can't really say what's going on with each individual person. And again, I can't really say what I would define character as just because I'm a random crazy guy on the internet. It's kind of like saying me trying to give you bodybuilding advice when I am definitely not a success at it. But I'll say this. I do want to be more in shape, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that the me I am right now doesn't have any value as a person. And same way with depression. One, even if you're always going to have because it's not like it's going to be your talk about it one time and it's just cured and you're all better. It'll make you feel better, but it'll be more so a maintenance sort of issue. That talking about your feelings is something you should be doing even if you aren't mentally ill. And it's not that mental illness is anything to brag about or anything like that or to seek pity on. It's more so something to understand about yourself and as a way of understanding what it is that you need in order to feel better. Whether it is a way to feel not depressed or at least a way to manage and cope with symptoms of it. The end goal is really just for you to feel better and to, be able to improve your life. Now, what's the metric of improving your life? You're happier. Your life is more comfortable for you. You're able to improve on something that you put value in, whatever it is you put value in. Whether it's how much you can lift, how fast you can run, how long you can run, whether it's how you look aesthetically, if you think you're more attractive or not. And again, you shouldn't be super focused on that. But it's not good to have, it's not good to be overly focused on it or to define your value as a person on it. But it is good to have goals and to want to improve yourself. And I'll say this, I'm not sure if I'll ever actually succeed at my goals. And I do have other stuff I have to be mindful of. But I do want to improve, but of course there's other things I have to keep in mind. Of course, life has you have to be able to balance everything going on in your life. And everyone's life is different, and everyone's natural physical disposition is different. So, like I said, set goals that are realistic, and especially goals that are realistic for you. Don't judge yourself by other people's metrics. Simply look at where you are and how you can be better the next day. But the biggest thing I want to say is this. I want all of you to be nicer to yourselves. And like I said, going to the gym is good. Just make sure it doesn't take a... I do have water. But yeah. Sorry. We're half hour in. I'm like, again, this is supposed to be a short video. It's supposed to be... The main thing I was thinking about was like, hey! Hi everyone, it's Lunar G8. I'm off work. I'm tired and my back fucking hurts. I feel like multiple vertebrae in my spine are like just wanting to run away from me. And it just hurts to bend, and when I bend over, I'm like, I don't want to stand. Like, unbend. You guys know what I mean. It fucking hurts. But the main point is supposed to be like 8-minute long video. Be like, hi, I'm Lunar. My back hurts. Vegeta's cool. Here's a Disturbed song that I think would fit him, as I'm referencing VHS videos. Also, I'll redo Mine Hair's Brent. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. Granted, I don't know if I'll ever actually do this, but I consider the idea that I would want to get 2 bunnies, though maybe 2 cats or 2 dogs. The main point, too, is that I spend a lot of time at work, and if I got 1, it would just be lonely while I'm at work. So if at least I got 2, you know, if like say bunnies, for example. It'd either be bunnies, cats, or dogs. But like the bunnies would have someone to talk to while I'm at work. But I don't know what bunnies would talk about. And again, 1, that would be quite a financial investment. And 2, well, let's be clear. I'm just not really sure if it would actually be adequate care for the bunnies to live with me. But it's just a thing I've been thinking about. Maybe in a few years or something I might get a couple pets or something. But I imagine like I would get like 2 cats, 2 dogs, maybe 2 bunny rabbits. And if I like say I've got 2 bunny rabbits, I would name them Lace and Iris. Yes, it's a reference to the NES video game Dragon Spirit: The New Legend. But yeah, I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh yeah, but it's just like I said, if I was to talk about anything political, it's really just, you know, that I want everyone to be nicer to themselves and nicer to each other. That if you do have depression, well, I mean, even if you don't have depression, it's good for you to talk about your feelings. Just make sure you're talking to someone you can trust. And if you don't have anyone you can trust or anyone that cares about you, then, well, I guess talk to yourself and pretend that you're talking to anime characters. Or, you know, also, one very strong bit of advice is you should go see a doctor and a therapist and a psychiatrist. You know, that was also a good suggestion. But main thing I wanted to really say is that, like, a lot of things you're doing to help with depression or mental illness, it's more so maintenance and coping. It's not like you're just going to do one thing and you're just going to suddenly be better. You know, it's going to be a bit like a wave or like an ocean. It's going to be going up. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have, even if you are trying to manage things, you're going to have really good days where you kind of forget that it's a thing. And you might have some very, very bad days. That doesn't mean you're a bad person if you have those kinds of feelings. It just means it's something for you to be aware of and for you to learn ways to make yourself feel better and how you cope and manage with those kinds of stressors. But it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that, and it also doesn't define you as a person. It's not all there is to you, but it is a piece of you that you shouldn't ignore. And you do have to, like, it shouldn't be something you're obsessed with. It shouldn't be like the soul. It should be like your defining characteristic. But it shouldn't be ignored either. So, I guess the main thing I'm trying to say is I want people to be nicer to themselves, and just, even if no one else in the world loves you, you should at least try your best to love yourself. And if there are things you can do to improve yourself or to be a better person, then do that. Now, what those are, that's up to you. I mean, like I said, it's really great to express yourself and talk about your feelings. Just as long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, then that's good. But yeah, I definitely really like rock music and metal and singing and trying to draw and playing video games. And like I said, a video game is really cool. It's a nice outlet for aggression. You can play some Grand Theft Auto or a fighting game or FPS and just yell and cuss at the game or a platformer. And it's a good way to vent emotions and feelings that might be pent up for other things. Heck, Socrates would have agreed with ideas like Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto are great games. You're like, how does that work? Well, Socrates had the opinion that it was good for people to, say, punch softer things, or to shoot a bow and arrow, or to use a sword on a dummy, or a pile of straw. Because you're not hurting anyone, and it also is good exercise, and increases skills, and you're not hurting anyone. But it allows the people to vent those emotions, where, like, yeah, you're stabbing a straw dummy. If that was a person, you're hurting somebody. But straw dummy, you're doing that, and it's, of course, a practical skill for people that are, say, in those times back then, because, well, life was a bit more dangerous and a bit more likely to actually have to, whereas at least, hopefully we don't wind up with World War III. I don't want there to be World War III. I would prefer there were no wars. Heck, I'd prefer a world where no one hurt anyone. We could all just make dark humor jokes, watch horror movies and anime together, and play Grand Theft Auto and eat pizza and drink Pepsi. I mean, I know it's a dumb goal and completely unrealistic, but I'm just saying, a world where no one would actually physically hurt anybody else, but we can all just play violent video games together and just have silly, dumbass jokes where we try to make each other laugh. It's like, oh great, Lunar D8 has used the Dragon Balls. What has he done? He has 3 wishes. What has he granted? Well, there is no more war in the world. And there's ice cold Pepsi and Neckos everywhere. By the way, there's a comma there. The Pepsi's ice cold, not the Neckos. Also, there are so many puns. Just puns everywhere. Puns and dad jokes and stupid, crass humor that everyone's going to be face-palming at all times. What's the name of that? Fuck, I had an idea and it's just like... Alright, Brave Fence and Musashi. It's actually the best game for the PlayStation 1. But you are saving the all-you-can-eat kingdom from the Thirst Quencher Empire. And everyone's name is a food pun. Steward Ribson, Princess Filet, the Soda Fountain. You have a baker. Her name is Jam. But yeah, everything's a pun. And you could definitely tell there was a lot of stuff they wanted to include in that game that they couldn't, just because of the limitations of what the PlayStation could handle. I still want to see like a redo of it for like a PS5 or something, but I know they do technically do a re-release of it on the PS4, I think. Though it's not available on the PS4 store, where I saw, so you had to like buy it physically somewhere, I think. It's not available on Steam. And even then, if it was, I don't think my computer could handle it. But I just feel like it would be cool if they had a re-release, but it also had all the stuff they originally wanted to include that they weren't able to do. But they probably didn't finish this stuff. I don't know. 40 minutes! We're at 40 minutes. This is why people write scripts. That way they be concise. Okay, let me try to sum up everything up in a concise way. Hi, I'm Lunar D8. I work in a factory. I appreciate the money from my job because I like being able to pay rent. But my back and my legs hurt so much. And I'm exhausted. And I feel like I want to sleep for like 4 days straight. I enjoy Pepsi and pizza. I do this YouTube channel purely for shits and giggles, and never plan to make a single cent from it in any way. In fact, I'm actively against it. Also, I'm the cringiest person on the internet. I am a horrible person. I am an evil, horrible monster. And I can't sing very well. I have a monotone, horrible singing voice, but I enjoy singing. I enjoy video games and Let's Plays. Markiplier is cool. Maybe Super Mario World being on Steam would be awesome. If you guys know games like Super Mario World, let me know that are on Steam. You know, a cool platformer that's fun and not rage-inducing. Not that I don't have fun playing the rage games, but I'd like to be able to play a chill platformer just for relaxation and not want to throw a controller. Also, yeah, my only political stance I really want to take is that people with depression doesn't make them a bad person. People of all, even if you have no mental illness at all, it's good to talk about your feelings. And basically, I'm anti-suicide or all that stuff. You know, basically, I don't want people to hurt themselves or kill themselves or anything. So, and of course, I'm a strong advocate of that if people are depressed or experiencing certain thoughts, that you should talk to a doctor or a psychiatrist or a therapist, as well as if you have any family or friends or anyone that loves or cares about you that you can trust. And if you, in general, just try to understand yourself better. I do strongly advocate going to the gym, but I'm fat and I'm weak and I'm not in shape. And I have incredibly low self-esteem. So it's not like I'm a success. In fact, when it comes to everything, I am a failure. So keep in mind that it is a person who is a complete failure at everything in life that is trying to give you advice. And it's not so much that I'm giving you advice, it's that I'm rambling at my computer and somehow you've come across this video. If you choose to take it as advice, that's your call. But I really don't have any credentials or anything. There's nothing special or of value about me. So I don't really have any, anything to stand on to say any advice from me would be of any value. But, at least from my point of view, I do want to encourage people just to be nicer to themselves. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Even if no one else out there cares about you or respects you or loves you. I want you to love yourself. I want you to respect yourself. I want you to try to improve yourself in some way. But know that even before those improvements, your life has value. And that, you deserve to be alive. You're not a bad person. Just because you're a failure at so many things throughout your life, and you can have a whole laundry list of things that you've tried to accomplish, and you feel that you're inferior to everyone else in every way, doesn't make you a bad person. I am the worst motivational speaker ever. Main point I'm just trying to say is that, those things don't define you, but if you do see stuff that you can improve on yourself, that's good. Go for it. You should always be trying to find some way to be better. But know this, there's not going to be some line you crossed where you can suddenly say, yes, I finally deserve love. No, you already do. But if you could lift that heavier weight, that'd be awesome. But if you can lift that heavier weight, there's a heavier weight beside that. Like, there's always another goal to achieve. But you don't have to reach your goal to not hate yourself. You shouldn't hate yourself at all to begin with. That's the main thing I'm really trying to stress, is that, I want people to go to the gym. I want people to try to better themselves and stuff and to be good people. But that's up to you guys how you want to approach that. Just be safe. be careful. Don't get yourself or anyone else hurt. You know? And regardless of how well you do, I still want you guys to respect yourselves and love yourselves. And heck, whether it's like losing weight or something, like losing fat or building muscle, everyone else moves at their own pace. Not only is there genetics, but everyone has a different, circumstances in their life, things with jobs or families or whatever, and you have other obligations or responsibilities in life too, or as well as other interests. Just because you have an interest in pursuing one goal doesn't mean you have to abandon all the other goals. Yes, I tend to multitask a lot and tend to not really making headway on anything. Take what you will. Maybe you can listen to my advice and decide that, okay, now we know what not to do. Just do the complete opposite of whatever Lunar D8 suggests, because Lunar D8's a failure, so... Though I'd hope that you'd have at least a tiny bit more patience for my line of thinking than that. I don't know. I guess another thing I'd go with on this, too, is when I talk about things, especially my own thoughts, feelings, and perspectives, is that do other people feel the same way I do? I mean, heck, if it's me rambling about me being depressed or the times where I feel worthless, I mean, yeah, it's not really helping anyone. But at least other people can pipe in and be like, I also feel that way. And then someone else in comments like, yeah, I feel that way too. And then, so at least a bunch of people know that, hey, you're not the only one that feels that way. But as far as improving things, like I said, there's all sorts of things on YouTube to figure that out. I mean, really main advice I could say is just basic stuff that you would hear from anybody. What are you eating? How well are you sleeping? How often do you go to the gym? Are your goals realistic? Beyond that, how is your social life? I'll be honest, most of my time is spent at work. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I feel like it's very difficult to actually date in any way. Then again, I've never really been successful at that very much myself. But I feel like for a lot of people, it's been getting harder and harder. So, I don't know, I think a lot of people say that it's more so of an accelerated issue since the whole lockdowns and stuff. That was 3 years ago? That was still crazy that was even a thing. That was very... not how I expected that year to go. Then again, I don't think anyone did. But, yeah. Listen to Lunar D8 ramble. But yeah, the main thing I'm just trying to say is that, as far as my view on that emotion stuff, is that I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. If you're depressed or feeling down, I mean, even if it's just you have to lay in bed, listen to nightcore music in the dark and cry. Obviously you shouldn't cry in public around other people because some people will not respect you. Some people may actually even make fun of you for it. So obviously if you're going to cry in front of another person, make sure it's somebody you can trust. And even then, keep in mind it's good to be able to vent emotions, but you shouldn't be doing it all the time around people. In general, I tend to be very stoic and reserved. Aside from me just making lots of jokes and trying to be funny, and of course I have to try to gauge my humor based off of what I think they find funny. Whereas here, I don't have to gauge shit. I just say whatever the fuck I want. I just try to avoid making too overly sexual jokes. But yeah, main thing I was just trying to say is that mental health matters. Even if you don't have a mental illness, it's good to talk about your feelings and to make self-improvement. No matter how physically fit you are or physically unfit you are, it's good to go to the gym. It's just good to have realistic goals about, obviously, you shouldn't try to bench something way beyond your limit without anyone spotting you, because you could get hurt. So of course, just be careful. Don't do, like, obviously machines have a way. Hey, if you go to an actual gym, there's usually trainers there. You can ask them how. Heck, I'll say this: if you're benching, just ask one of the bigger guys. Like, hey, is my bench form okay? Most people would actually be extremely nice, and they'll actually be glad to give you advice. But yeah, and if possible, being sociable is good. But of course, I understand that's not an easy task for a lot of people. And some people may not have, well, availability to do that. Or they may have a lot of things that really make that hard. And it's understandable. But yeah, if you can, that's good. If not, then it's just something else on the to-do list to try to work at little by little. And I mean, it doesn't have to be major changes you make. Just as long as you make some sort of small step forward, well, that's good. Like I said, it's not about making sudden progress. It's about consistency. Because like I said, whether it's building muscle or losing weight, everyone goes at their own pace. Just because you're not succeeding as fast as you would like, just because you're not, like, everyone's got certain expectations, and I'll be honest, I am extremely judgmental and harsh on myself, and I tend to have a very low self-esteem, and I tend to be very, very overly critical of myself. So, again, probably a bit hypocritical of me to say that to people. Like, I'm telling you guys to be nicer to yourselves and to be kinder to yourselves and be less critical of yourself, when I am the biggest asshole in the world to myself. There are so many times where I'm basically saying, and again, sometimes it's me repeating stuff in my head from decades ago, where either bad situations or bad things were said to me that were said very badly on quite a repetitive basis. And yes, I have psychological issues from that stuff. But again, it doesn't define me as a person. It just is a piece of me that is real, does exist, and that I need to, acknowledge and manage. It doesn't define me as a person. It's something that I need to be aware of so that I can not be emotionally unhealthy. I don't know how to. Again, usually people have a script and are competent. Me, I don't even know what the fuck. Like, from one sentence to the other, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to say. I'm just saying whatever's popping in my head at the moment, or just whatever I'm feeling, or whatever I'm thinking. And again, this is not a good way to even have a conversation. And again, I wouldn't be able to do this because here's the thing: who on earth would have the patience to listen to me ramble like this in person? Whereas at least if you're a random person online and you're listening to this on YouTube, you could be playing a video game like Brotato in the background, or playing Street Fighter while you listen to me talk. So you're just like watching Chun-Li's titties and Cammy in the green leotard, looking at her ass, while you hear me in the background. Yes, from now on you're going to associate Majin Vegeta with Cammy's ass. I am now picturing Vegeta motorboating Chun-Li. I would like to say I'm not spacing out thinking about stuff right now, but we all know I am. So, I went off topic. I don't know what the topic was. And I'm trying to avoid lewd topics, and I feel like that's a failure. So, I can reach for it to get the remote. Okay, but yeah. And like I said, the one hand, I'm grateful for my job. You know, it doesn't pay poorly. I mean, it actually pays better than any other job I've ever had. And it's not a bad job. I'm just stressed out all the time from both work and, well, out non-work stuff. And it's just in general. And heck, a lot of times my chest is hurting. I'm out of breath. And my legs, my knees, my back, everything fucking hurts, and I'm having headaches. I just feel awful in so many different ways. To the point that I'm like, maybe I just needed to ask the doctor to prescribe me fucking Vicodin. It's just, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And everything hurts, and my back is in so much pain. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I should just sleep more. Like I said, this is supposed to be an 8-minute long video. It's gone on way too long. But yeah, like I said, if I ever get bunnies, I'll name them Lace and Iris. They'll be adorable. And like I said, while on the one hand I would say if I ever do get bunnies, I'll do my best to take care of them. I'll take really good care of them. But at the same time, I don't know if I ever will get bunnies, just because the biggest holdup on that would be I just don't know if my environment would really be well suited for bunnies. Then again, also, you guys probably wouldn't hear videos from me anymore either. It's like, oh, Lunar D8 stopped making YouTube videos. What happened? Sorry, guys, I'm spending all my time playing with the bunnies. I mean, maybe I can make videos of me playing with the bunnies, but honestly, no. You guys might see a small 3-minute clip of the bunnies, but then you just never see me again. It's like Lunar D8 was too busy playing with bunnies to ever play video games again. I'm like, bunnies, the Bunoys, they're playing with bunnies. Again, like I said, that's not even really a joke. I imagine if I did get 2 bunnies, you guys would probably just never hear from me again. It's like, yeah, sorry guys, I'm too busy playing with the bunnies. It's like, bunnies, I'm playing with the bunnies. But yeah. Let's actually do the singing thing. The Disturbed song and... I think you can still hear me fairly well. In case you're wondering what I did, was I moved the headset off my ears so I could actually hear the Disturbed song on the TV. So, basically the earmuffs of the headphones are on my head on the spot where cat ears would be. And the microphone I have angled down toward my face. Let's do this. Okay, let's do it. Why did you restart from there? I had it set at a certain spot. I had it set to an exact fucking seconds. Why would it rewind? I didn't push I'm trying to have proper timing, and this is making it extraordinarily difficult. Great. Bleeding, I'm crying, I'm falling, I'm bleeding now. Bleeding, I'm crying, I'm falling, I'm bleeding now. Bleeding now, I'm crying out, I'm falling down and dying, feeling nothing like... Why do I feel like I have a frog in my throat? Like it's just... like, why do I sound raspy? Is it the fucking hour of non-stop talking? And I know that one video I was getting upset, being overly critical of my shitty voice sounds more shitty than his normal shit. It's super shit. Let's take a drink of water and hope that... Again, why do I sound raspy? How about this? If you guys have game suggestions, let me know. If I ever buy it, I'll buy it when it's on sale. Particularly if there's... Let me try to blow my nose. Maybe that'll help. Nope. I don't think that helped at all. Whatever. I'll just sing it as is. If you guys want to hear me try it again, let me know. If not, I'll at least maybe if I think my voice isn't raspy one day, I'll try this again with non-raspiness. But hey, who knows? There's a bunch of drowning pools suggested down below. So let's just try to do this. It's going to be awful. It's going to be more awful than normal awful. Whatever. Oh, I'm stopping now. I'm reaching out. I'm feeling nothing. Yeah, you created a rift within me. Now there have been several complications that have left me feeling nothing. I might say you were wrong to take it from me. Left me feeling nothing. Crawling now, I'm beaten down, I'm tortured now, and I'm feeling nothing like hunting now, I'm stalking now, I'm reaching out, and I'm killing nothing. You know what, I just like, what the fuck? Created a rift with, what the fuck? Seriously. Everyone was like, what the how do I stop being raspy? How do I not raspiness? How do I not the rasp? How do I Starfire? That's I'm basically doing Starfire Teen Titans. Okay. I'm gonna grab a can of Pepsi, drink some of it. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. I don't know. We're gonna try that. Be back. Everyone's like, you're just making the video longer. I'm like, yes, I know. Back. I told you. This isn't professional. Stevie! You guys can hear me open a can of Pepsi. I also ate a piece of chocolate. Okay, maybe that'll help. Nope. Oh well, I'll just do it again some other time. But we're going to try it now. That is the wrong controller. I always plug in the Xbox controller to the laptop when I record. Now, crying, I'm falling, I'm bleeding now. Blah, bleeding, I'm crying, I'm falling, I'm bleeding now. Bleeding now, I'm crying out, I'm falling down and dying, feeling nothing, lying, laughing now, I'm stopping now, I'm reaching out, I'm feeling nothing. Yeah, you created a rift within me. There have been several complications that have left me feeling nothing. I might say you were wrong to take it from me. Left me feeling nothing. Crawling now, I'm beaten down, I'm tortured now, and I'm feeling nothing, lying, hurting now, I'm stalking now, I'm reaching out, and I'm killing nothing. I can't do the yelling thing. Yeah, you created a rift within me. Now there have been several complications that have left me feeling nothing. I might say you were wrong to take it from me. Left me feeling nothing. Drink more Pepsi. From you, and tearing and feeding and growing inside of me, reeling and ripping and feeling inside of me. Yes, I told you it was going to be awful. I can't sing and I'm not even pronouncing things right. I'm not even good timing. Want this more than you know. I need this. Give it back to me. You created a rift within me. You're the cause of all these horrid complications that are ripping and tearing and feeding and growing inside of me, yeah. You created a rift within me. And several complications that are ripping, tearing, feeding, and growing, ripping, tearing, ripping and tearing and feeding and growing inside of me. I want this more than you know. I need this. Give it back to me. Obviously, that was awful. Let's go to Rammstein. Loading. But yeah, we're going to try Mine Hair's Burning, which I've tried this like a couple times. But like I said, my entire basis of how to pronounce or sound, like my it's like my entire basis of like how I'm trying to have an accent is I'm trying to copy Till Lindeman's accent. Till Lindeman's like, you sound nothing like me. I'm like, I probably don't. I'm trying though. Oh, like Till Lindeman would ever actually listen to this. Though if he did, I would say listen to the Kind Loost video in the Rammstein playlist. Also, maybe one day I'll actually see you in concert. Though again, please be careful with the pyrotechnics. It seems like you're very unsafe with that, and I don't think anyone wants you to get hurt. He's like, I know what I'm doing! It's like, you probably do, actually. If I remember right, he's a licensed pyrotechnician. Plus, even if he wasn't licensed, he's had so much actual use of it in all those concerts he's done. Though on legitimate issue, I'm pretty sure he's actually has several actual legal licenses for being a pyrotechnician. Though I think he did some basket weaving at one point back before he could be a band. You know, just because at that point Germany had certain more legal restrictions. But that was like forever ago. I wasn't even born then. I didn't exist. The man was a rocks enthusiast, person weaving baskets and having a dream before I existed. Maybe, depending on what year this was. I don't know. I was born in 87. I don't have Wikipedia open. Okay, I'm actually going to try to sing and pay attention. Sorry. But I'm just saying this. I can't sing, period, let alone to the level that Till Lindemann does. He's an awesome singer, and I enjoy Rammstein's music. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Käse. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Hab es aus meiner Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu erpressen. Ich singe bis der Tag erwacht, ein heller Scheinen firmament. Mein Herz brennt. This is literally the best I can do. I'll try it again if you guys want me to, and again, other Rammstein songs, so I might have to actually practice a bit to like Du hast, you imagine would be simple, but I'd like a Du hast mich gefragt, du bist du blasch, wie du ja sie. Sorry, I should pay attention to the song I'm currently singing. My bad. I still want to sing Japanese anime songs in Japanese because I think it'd be fun. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Dämonengeister Josephine. Do I have time to drink some Pepsi? Sie kreischen aus dem Keller Schacht und werde unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich habe euch etwas mitgebracht. Ein heller Scheinen vom Meer. Mein Herz brennt. Yes, I understand that's completely off tone. Mein Herz brennt. Yeah, I'm trying. This is my best. I'm Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht und stehlen eure kleinen heißen Tränen. Sollten warten, bis der Mann erwacht und drücken sie in mein kleinen Venen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme Aus dem Kessel, ich change best der Tage war. Ein heller Schein im Firmament, mein Herz brennt. I'm trying, okay? Mein Herz brennt. I can't do any better, okay? It's an attack. Mein Herz brennt. So you're just getting more graspy. I'm trying. Mein Herz brennt. God fucking damn. I can't remember if there's more words or not. I always forget. It might just be mine hair spent over and over afterward. Drink some Pepsi. Yeah, I think it's just mine hair spent over and over after that. Are there any songs and suggestions down below? Let's see, some Linkin Park, System Down, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence. Oh, can you imagine how horribly off tune I'd be if I tried to have Evanescence? Rob Zombie, More Disturbed, Metallica, Korn, Nirvana, Slipknot. Okay. We're going to call that a video. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good day. I guess quick synopsis of the video was, if I ever get bunnies, I'm naming them Lace and Iris. Bunnies are adorable. If I had the Dragon Balls, Neckos would be real, I guess. I'm pretty sure there's actual channels out there that have a AI deepfake of Vegeta that actually sings songs. If you guys can, just find that person and have them suggest Vegeta sing the song Numb. Because I feel that song suits this scene in the anime. I just can't even approach doing that justice. So, yeah. Beyond that, I am just a guy who likes to ramble at his computer, and I enjoy your company if you're around, as long as you're nice. I enjoy singing, I'm not terrible at it, and I want everyone to be nicer to themselves. So I want everyone out there to actually try to understand themselves, accept themselves, love themselves, go to the gym, but that you shouldn't, like I said, going to the gym should supplement your life, not take over your life. You got to have a balance in things, but it's good to be more physically fit. Just don't base your entire self-worth on that, but it is good to improve your aesthetics as well as your health. Because I'll say this, part of the reason I'd want a six-pack is that I'm pretty sure having this pot belly is not good for my heart health, and probably part of the reason why I'm always out of breath and having chest pain. But also, I don't know, I'd like to be attractive. Yes, the most unachievable goal. I said realistic goals. Also, please try to not be as self-depreciating as I am to myself. This is not healthy, nor is it good for you. It's just, like I said, the channel is me being able to just talk without a filter, and in real life, I'm just like, I smile and I make nice jokes, and I'm stoic and reserved. But in my head, I'm constantly screaming and crying and saying the most horrible insults to myself and referring to myself in words that can't even be repeated on YouTube. Like, I am absolutely horrendous to myself in my head. I am not nice to myself. And I am very self-depreciating, which, from my perspective, is warranted because I feel I deserve it. But again, that's not a healthy way to view things, and, if you feel that way about yourself, then you shouldn't. But again, slightly hypocritical that I'm telling you to be kind to yourself, and I can't even do that myself. It's like I'm telling you to go to the gym and, be physically fit, but, I'm a fucking fat ass. And I can't lift very heavy. But I'm trying. I'm doing my best. So, and I tell you to love yourself and accept yourself and care about yourself and be nice to yourself. But let's be clear. The self-depreciation stuff that you guys are hearing is to some degree me censoring myself still. Because realistically, my actual thoughts are much, much more not so nice. Which again, not good. So, again, I'm saying that you guys should be nice to yourselves. So basically I'm saying, hey, I'm giving you guys advice, and I'm acknowledging the fact that I am a failure at following the advice myself. Doesn't mean it's bad advice. It just means I'm a failure at following the advice as well as everything else. Again, this is what I was talking about. But again, this is another thing I was saying. This is me just being sort of somewhat honest, because like I said, I can't be completely honest because I'm pretty sure YouTube would just start flagging me for me calling myself all manner of very, very derogatory terms. Like I said, there's probably on a given day, like just the average day, I probably several hundred times a day will literally scream in my own head at myself things that if you said it in public to somebody else and called them that, they would probably stab you or beat the shit out of you. But again, I repeat that stuff on loop in my head because I have extremely low self-esteem and I have I don't know the proper word for what I was about to say. Trouble getting past certain self-esteem issues, I guess. Main point is that I say things about myself, yelling very bad things or to do very bad things at myself in my head on like a multiple hundred times a day basis in my head very angrily. So, not healthy. And if you guys out there are doing that, you shouldn't. It's not good for you. But again, like I said, I'm not following the advice myself. I'll try, okay? Just saying, part of me being at least the amount of honest I can be on YouTube. Because like I said, what the words I do refer to myself in my head, I can't say on YouTube. But main point is that I'm not nice to myself. And I'm at least being honest about that with the interest of this. That if there are other people out there that do the same, that you can at least hear from somebody else that does the same as you that, it's not good. Try to stop being mean to yourself. Try to, if anything, be your own hype man. It's like, I thought you were someone's hype man. I am the hype. Shit. But yeah, if you guys are going to the gym or something, you have to have some amount of self-esteem to be able to go to the gym, because that's a huge step. That's especially for a lot of people, really stepping outside your comfort zone. And of course, if you're not athletic as is, doing certain things it's a big change. And even if you've already been trying to push a little harder on stuff, and especially trying to do other stuff in life too, it's going to be a lot harder than you think it would be. And it's also, you're going to feel like people are judging you for your lack of progress, and that all of the effort you're putting in, that they're just saying that you're lazy and not doing shit. Then again, at one point I've worked a job in the past. Now, granted, that was a really shitty job too, where I worked 80 hours at one point a week, and somebody still called me lazy. I'm like, I was literally working 80 plus hours that week. It's like, what the fuck? Then again, some people just want to, either have very unrealistic expectations, or they just want to tear you down. Main point is I want you guys to believe in yourselves. I want you guys to try. I want you guys to believe in yourself and use that belief to actually, be happier, to go to the gym, to actually try, to not have to also feel like, you have to hit a certain amount or that everyone around there is judging you. Just focus on yourself. If you need to, ask for proper form and stuff, that way you know how to actually do it properly. But main thing is this. As long as you're there and as long as you're at least doing something with it, you're doing a little bit of benching, you're doing a little bit of lifting, doing a little bit of time on the treadmill, whatever. Start where you have to. Don't push it too far. Don't get injured. You get injured, it's going to set you back. But just stay consistent. But the most important thing is this. You don't have to reach some arbitrary goal in order for you not to hate yourself. Just in all things in your life, I want you guys out there to be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, and have more confidence in yourself. Like, imagine Vegeta's hyping you up. And again, just try to succeed at your goals. But keep in mind, you won't always succeed. But a lot of times the failures can be something to learn from. But certainly you always want to succeed, but life doesn't always work out that way. Again, I'm the worst motivational speaker ever, and again, this is the least concise way of describing anything. It's random dude rambles while trying to say something positive. But yeah, that's the main thing. Say if you have depression or certain mental health concerns, it may never go away completely. It may just be an issue of learning how to manage and cope and just sort of find what happiness you can. So, as long as you're trying. And like I said, some days will be harder than others. There might be some days where you either can't sleep at all or you can't get out of bed at all. To where you feel like you lose all motivation, or where you feel overwhelmed by everything, or you feel like everything's hopeless. I don't know if it's normal to feel that way, but if I'm the metric for normal, then yes, it is normal to feel that way. But then again, I'm the last person in the world to really qualify to really describe what normal is, because I'm not normal. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a bad person. It just means there aren't very many people like me. Or at least my own view of myself, anyway. But yeah, that's the main thing I really want to encourage people. It's just, I want you guys to believe in yourselves. I want you to go to the gym. I want you to try your different goals, whether it's playing guitar, drawing, music. Maybe you're creating an anime or a video game. And also do stuff you enjoy. I mean, yes, you should work toward your goals, but you should have fun with your life. And of course, if you have family or friends, make sure they're important too. Social things are good. I mean, like I said, you're not going to have every aspect of life, but just, like I said, I don't know the proper word as far as to describe what I'm trying to say. But I would hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to be kind to yourself, and if you do have depression or something, just if there is help available in a doctor or a therapist or a psychiatrist or in a loved one, I strongly suggest that. Aside from that, just don't be so critical or hard on yourself. And just try to take it day by day, and if it's stuff like going to the gym or listening to music, just little by little try to do things that help you. You don't have to, suddenly be like the super happy person in the world. Like, I don't know if that's really even achievable. If it is, that's cool, I guess. But I don't know if it's realistic. But I just want you guys to be happy, at least. And, there's not really a way I'm going to define that other than just, in general, what I mean. I want you to be happy. Everyone, you out there listening to this, I want you to love yourself. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to be the best version of you can be, and then the next day be even better. I want you to go to the gym, and I want you to get plenty of sleep, And I want you to be kind to yourself. And bye.